Ever wondered how Popeyes make that crispy, juicy chicken we all crave? Well, you're in for a treat. Welcome to Products Uncovered. Today we're going to break down how Popeyes get their fried chicken so crispy on the outside while keeping it so flavorful and moist on the inside. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more great content. Let's get started, shall we? You know that feeling when you bite into a piece of Popeyes chicken and it's just perfect? The satisfying crunch, the crispy flavor, and the juicy, tender chicken inside. It's like magic. But have you ever wondered where these chickens come from? Popeyes partners with top-notch US poultry producers, the same ones that supply other fast food giants. But here's the secret sauce. Their chicken is marinated for 12 hours in a bold Louisiana-style spice blend, giving every bite that unbeatable flavor. Believe it or not, the secret to Popeyes chicken doesn't start with the frying. It starts way before that with something super important, the marination. Step 1. Marination. Marination is not just about quick dipping of the chicken in some spices. Popeyes takes their time with this process. The chicken gets marinated for at least 12 hours, sometimes even longer. That's right. Overnight or all day long, the chicken soaks in a special blend of seasonings. Now, what exactly is in that marinade? Well, Popeyes keeps most of its recipe under wraps, but we do know they use ingredients like cayenne pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika, plus some Louisiana-inspired seasonings that give it that bold, spicy kick. It's all about getting that flavor deep into the chicken, so when you bite into it, it's not just seasoned on the surface, it's flavorful all the way through, even down to the bone. That long marination is where the magic really happens. It gives the chicken all the time it needs to soak up those bold, flavorful spices, making sure every bite is packed with that signature Popeyes taste. And the best part, it locks in all that moisture, so when you finally take a bite, it's not just seasoned on the outside. It's tender, juicy, and bursting with flavor all the way through. Trust us when we say letting it sit for those 12 hours or more is absolutely worth it. That's what makes each piece so irresistibly good. Step 2. Battering and breading. Once the chicken is perfectly marinated, it's time for the next step, battering and breading. This is where the crunch factor comes in, and Popeyes has it down. First, the marinated chicken is dipped into a wet batter. This batter isn't just water, it's usually a mix of buttermilk and eggs. Buttermilk adds richness, and the egg helps the breading stick. Plus, it gives the chicken a tender, juicy texture when you fry it. After the batter, the chicken is coated in a special flour mixture. And let's tell you, this isn't your average flour. Popeyes loads it up with spices, adding layer upon layer of flavor. We're talking salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and sometimes even more cayenne pepper for that extra little zing. The flour coating is really thick, and that's what makes Popeyes chicken so crispy. They make sure every inch of the chicken is covered, so when it fries, you get that incredible crunch in every bite. Do you ever notice how Popeyes chicken has that big, chunky breading? That's because they don't skimp on this part. It's coated generously, and that's what sets it apart from other fried chicken. Step 3. Frying the chicken. Now this is the part we all love, frying the chicken. Once the chicken is battered and breaded, it's ready to hit the hot oil. Popeyes fries their chicken at around 350 degrees, which is the perfect temperature to get that golden brown crust while keeping the chicken juicy inside. When the chicken is dropped in the oil, it immediately starts to fry up and turn into that beautiful shade of golden brown. Depending on the size of the piece, the chicken will fry for about 12 to 18 minutes. The handlers make sure it's cooked all the way through and also prevent it from drying out. And get this, sometimes Popeyes even double fries their chicken. That's right, for the extra crispy varieties, they fry it once, but they sometimes cool it down a bit and then fry it again to make sure it's as crunchy as possible. Frying chicken at home can be tricky because you want to make sure it's cooked on the inside without burning the outside. Popeyes has it down to a science. Crispy on the outside, juicy and flavorful on the inside every single time. Step 4. Draining and resting. Once the chicken is done frying, there's another important step that you absolutely can't skip. Draining and resting. We know what you're thinking. Those golden, crispy pieces of chicken fresh out of the fryer look irresistible. And the smell alone is enough to make anyone dive in immediately. Trust us, we totally get it. But here's the thing. If you want that perfect bite, the one with the shatteringly crisp crust and juicy, tender meat inside, You've got to give the chicken a little break before you dig in. When the chicken comes out of the fryer, it's sizzling hot, and that means there's still a lot of excess oil clinging to the outside. If you skip the draining step, that oil can soak into the breading, turning what could have been a perfectly crispy piece of chicken into something soggy and greasy. No one wants that, right? Draining the chicken on a rack or paper towels lets all that extra oil drip off, leaving you with the ideal balance of crunchy exterior and juicy interior. Now, here's where the magic really happens: resting. This step is the unsung hero of fried chicken perfection. While the chicken rests, something amazing is going on inside. All those delicious juices, which have been bubbling away during the frying process, start to settle down. If you bite into it too soon, all that juicy goodness escapes and ends up on your plate instead of in your mouth. But if you're patient and let the chicken rest for just a few minutes, the juices redistribute evenly throughout the meat, giving you that perfect, juicy bite every time. Resting also plays a role in making sure the crust stays as crunchy as possible. Have you ever picked up a piece of fried chicken only for the crispy skin to fall off in a sad, soggy mess? That's what happens when it doesn't get a chance to rest properly. By letting the chicken cool just slightly, the crust has a chance to firm up, making sure it clings to the meat instead of crumbling away. And let's be real, half the fun of eating fried chicken is that satisfying crunch when you bite in, right? You don't want to miss out on that. Step 5. Final serving. After resting, the chicken is almost ready to go. But before it gets to you, Popeyes performs a final quality check. They ensure that all pieces satisfy their perfect standards. If it's too little or the breading isn't crispy enough, it won't be served. Only the best chicken bits are selected. And let's be honest, Popeyes isn't just about the chicken, it's also about the complete experience. That's why they serve it with buttery biscuits, creamy mashed potatoes, and zesty coleslaw. You've got the entire meal right there. Crunchy, flavorful chicken and the ideal sides to accompany it. It's unlike anything else. So, what makes Popeyes chicken so unique? It's the meticulous attention to detail in each step. First, they marinate the chicken for several hours to ensure it is flavorful. Then, they coat it in a thick layer of seasoned flour, ensuring that each piece is very crispy. They fry it at the ideal temperature, allow it to rest, and then serve only the tastiest bits. Every tiny step contributes to the ideal fried chicken that we all enjoy. The next time you bite into a piece of Popeyes chicken, remember how much attention went into making it. It's not just fried chicken, it's a process. Everything from the flavors to the crunch to the luscious inside is about harmony. That's why Popeyes stands out. If you loved this breakdown and want to learn more about your favorite foods, please like, subscribe, and click the bell symbol to ensure you never miss out. Thank you for sticking around. We hope to see you next time with more tasty insights.